Yeah, yes. How do we say that? Because you see, if you're taught to think like a white man, like white people, you want your own nation. That's what white folk want. You'd want to own your own neighborhoods. That's the way white folk think. You'd want to control your own economy. That's the way white folk think. You'd want to have your own army. That's the way white folk think, ladies and gentlemen. These people going to these colleges don't think like white folk. They don't come out determined to control their destiny. They don't come out determined to create their own nations and places in the world. They don't come out determined to control military strength and economic strength and other strength. They are coming out the same way their slave great grandparents came out. That is to be servants and to be highly educated servants. That is why a Farrakhan frightens them because they see themselves in a Farrakhan who says, I don't want to sleep with your women. I don't want to marry your women. I don't want to live among you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You're dirty, rotten, and regressed as a people. You represent a destructive force in the world. And we are going to remove you from power. And we are here to see that your influence on the world ceases and is put to an end. We're here to take rightful control of the wealth that is under the lands of our people and take rightful control of our minds. We're here to put you in your 10% place in the world itself. They see that. Where are you getting that kind of education? In the Yales and Harvards? And yet, ladies and gentlemen, that's the only kind of education that's worth anything. I've often said there that the function of education is not to get jobs and all this other baloney you hear every day. Secondary, secondary. The ultimate function of education is to secure the survival of a people. What good would it do you to know computer engineering and all the other stuff if you can be blown away at any moment by another people? If you're manipulated by another people, if the other people continue to maintain the instruments and the power of production. What does it mean to have knowledge when AIDS can be let loose on the African community and destroy our communities? Knowledge is not enough. Knowledge must be welded to purpose. It must be welded to a sense of peoplehood. It must be welded to a sense of destiny. And that is when it becomes protective of a people. You may fill your head with knowledge and skills all you want to, but you can be destroyed by AIDS and all other kinds of germs and all other kinds of warfare and lethal weapons and all other kinds of controlled instruments that the European has in his power. Until that knowledge and education is welded to a sense of nationhood, you are not receiving a good education at all. And therefore, a good education must be measured in terms of the degree to which it protects your survival and interests as a people, and not otherwise.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Yo, what's going on, Raw? Shouts out to Raw in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, Raw. Um, I got a few things that I want to show, and it is true that we are all we got at the end of the day. You understand? But it's just some things I think that because I know that only a few people out here talking about certain stuff, and you know, it's just that we not focused, we not doing the things that we got to do. You feel me? And our mind ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You already know, bro. And you know everything that's about to come up, right? And then some of the things that some people talked about already, you know what I'm saying, is happening. You know, it's going down. You know, and as a people, it might be too late for us to get it together. It may be because it seemed like it's already going down. We're not even there yet. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. But all I do know is at the end of the day, you know, we are all we got. You feel me? So, you know, I don't want to be on here long, but I got a lot of stuff to show though. So if somebody want to come on here, just let me know. If you got an opinion about this, just let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. Now the interesting thing is, right now, out of all of these things that's going on in the world, for some reason, you know, they keep like coming or saying something to black people as if, you know what I'm saying, like everybody want us to put our capes on and like help everybody and which side you're taking and all this other nonsense, right? When we've been telling you, you know what I'm saying, it's black only is the only way that you can ever go. You know what I mean? But it's just interesting because everybody feels like, oh, we need to, and then a lot of black people too, like, oh, we need to end this, you know, white on white crime or that white on white crime or that on mulatto crime. Is you can't help a sick person if you wanted them. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we got no friends, right? We, you know, I don't know about this allyship thing because we don't seem to understand how allyship works. You know what I'm saying? We think, oh yeah, well, this is my best friend. I'll just do for you. And it don't matter what you do to me. I'll just look out for you. And then, but hopefully a lot of us will get it. So let me just go into it, right? So I can get through it, right? And hopefully, you know, I don't want to go back later when people come back on. So, because there's a couple of different things, right? But I'll start with this, right, to give people a chance to come on, because it's gonna kind of lead to what we're talking about anyway, right? So y'all boy, good old President Biden, if when he ain't falling, right, he practicing their culture, right, and so this is what you get as black people, right? He's going to honor George Floyd. He would have been 50 today, right? This is what you get for being slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? Because interesting to me that like literally they are like killing us, and then we scared to even say the word kill on any of these like platforms and stuff like that. Like they literally doing it to you, right? So you be like, oh, stop. You can't even be like, oh, stop killing me. You be like, oh, I don't want to get banned for saying stop killing me. So they look like, oh, stop unaliving me. And then soon they're gonna like take that away. But anyway, this is what y'all good old president is going to do for you.
Today, President Joe Biden honored George Floyd on what would have been his 50th birthday. The White House issued a statement saying, quote, George Floyd's murder exposed for many what black and brown communities have long known and experienced, that our nation has never fully lived up to its highest ideal of fair and impartial justice for all under the law. Floyd was killed in 2020 by a Minnesota police officer.
Watch breaking.
All right, so yeah, you got to give the black Democrats something to talk about. Well, he did pass the George Floyd bill. You know what I'm saying? He did do that. You know, it's interesting what, you know what I'm saying? Because we seem to like want to like explain ourselves and think that we got some type of friendship or anything like that, or that anybody outside of ourselves is going to come and save us. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen. We might get another holiday, you know what I'm saying? We might get a George Floyd holiday, y'all. So we might get off of work for them for a day, you know what I'm saying? We might get to go corn shucking again, you know what I'm saying? And that was basically a cookout back in the day, but maybe we'll be able to have our corn shucking on George Floyd Day, because that's what you're gonna get if that's what you're waiting on. I'll let her say it though, because you know I like to do it, right?
Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Heading into the weekend, the powerful interests who pulled Joe Biden's strings released a lengthy statement in honor of what would have been George Floyd's 50th birthday. Right off the bat, all the emotional keys were played, as you'll hear in just a second as I read the first few lines. Quote, George Floyd should be alive. He should be celebrating his 50th birthday with his young daughter, Gianna, family, and friends. He deserved so much more, end quote. Notice how passive the writing is. He deserved so much more. As if
Now, before I let this goofy white girl say this, you know what I'm saying? I'm only going to let it play for a minute because, number one, it probably annoys y'all, you know what I'm saying? But you got to get your white bitch dose for today. And also, you know, I'm going to try to go through it a little bit slower, but, you know, because I don't want to go back through it later if, you know what I'm saying, somebody could come on here because you got to talk about the whole purpose of this, you know what I'm saying? But so I'm gonna just let him say what he's doing for black people. Now this is good old Joe, so the black Democrats can go out there. Oh yeah, because lesser of two evils, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff about to come back up again, right? Which is like retarded, but anyway.
all the emotional keys were played, as you'll hear in just a second, as I read the first few lines. Quote, George Floyd should be alive. He should be celebrating his 50th birthday with his young daughter, Gianna, family, and friends. He deserved so much more, end quote. Notice how passive the writing is.
Yeah, well, we should be, right, in Africa praying to a tree right now, but we're not, right?
He deserved so much more, as if he has no responsibility for any of his actions and that he was merely the victim of circumstance. It all happened to him. This was a grown man who refused to kick his bad habits of drugs and petty theft, and who had been to prison for putting a gun to the stomach of a pregnant woman as his buddies robbed her house. Couldn't get.
Now, do you want to be in the society as this white bitch here? Like, she's gonna probably be on your jury. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't think that most of them, because like besides us, we understand it. You know what I'm saying? And it may be extreme for some people, and you know what I'm saying. I get that they try to block it all, like, but it ain't no escaping it. It ain't nothing I could do. I'm just telling you, like, only thing I'm trying to do is just break it down as simple as possible, right? But we try to be intellectuals about it. And sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying, the intellectual thing, it got its place, but sometimes it don't. You feel me?
To the stomach of a pregnant woman as his buddies robbed her house. He couldn't get clean for his own daughter for her sake, or stop hanging around drug dealers, random women, and robbing stores with fake money. He died on a Monday midday doing.
Oh, by the way, wasn't it a Palestinian dude that called the police on him? If I recall correctly, wasn't that the one that called the police on George Floyd? Palestinian American, right? Because they had you have to show me the pictures, but the Palestinians had a Black Lives Matter shirt on one day. And even if the incidents that you look up, there's always like black people going to defend them when they get slaughtered. They get shot by the police. Oh, black people, come help me. And we like, oh yeah, I got you. And then we be like, oh yeah, well, I don't know. But anyway.
Died on a Monday midday doing all of what I was just saying. Why wasn't he at work or something, or looking for a job if he needed one, or being with his daughter? How dare anyone put the blame on anyone but Floyd for that? A man who couldn't get clean for.
Well, how dare he go to a store, right? But, you know, these Palestinians are included with the Asians and the, you know what I'm saying, East Indians and all these fools that got stores up in there, right?
For his daughter, that wasn't any of the officer's fault, that his young daughter doesn't have a father anymore. And you already know my lengthy argument for why I say Floyd was not murdered. He died of a drug overdose. That's pretty obvious to anyone with eyes to see. Literally read his autopsy. Conclusion has absolutely zero supporting or corroborating evidence within the report itself. The only evidence, especially from him foaming at the mouth, having what appeared to be fentanyl pills in his.
All right, so yeah, you know.
Examiner threatened the local medical examiner of Hennepin.
Is that a personal color? But anyway, so this is what you get. Oh yeah, happy birthday, George Floyd. It shouldn't have happened, right? But apparently, according to this white bitch, you know what I'm saying, this goofy meth head white bitch. But anyway. So anyway, some of the stuff that, like, we've been saying, this is a part of it, because like, how are y'all not mad that they like take our tax dollars and, you know what I'm saying, use it to fund our destruction? You know what I'm saying? Use it to fund our destruction. And it's something that I don't get, you know, how we not even mad about it. And so I want you to see now, like, the difference, like, because we told you, like, there's going to be like a lot more what do you say, a gob of money going to Israel. You already know. But the problem is, right, they're taking this tax dollars from like me, like, or anybody who works, right? And obviously, right, you don't agree with it, you ain't with it, but you know, lesser of two evils and all of that. But at the same time, like, you understand, like, no evil is going to fund your salvation, right? Only you can do that. And whatever you got to do to stop paying these fools taxes, is maybe it need to be a think tank on that, right?
It's really going to be hot. Let's get into this video.
I was deeply saddened and outraged by the explosion at the hospital in Gaza yesterday.
What?
And based on what I've seen, it appears as though it was done by the other team, not you. But
so he's saying it was Palestine that blew up their own stuff, and it wasn't you. I can barely understand this brain dead dude here.
And based on what I've seen, it appears as though it was done by the other team, not you. But there's a lot of people out there not sure. So we got to overcome a lot of things. Terrorist group Hamas says.
He said, "I'm not sure." So we gotta overcome a lot of things.
Slaughtered, has been pointed out, over 1,300 people, and it's not hyperbole. It's just slaughtered, and including 31 Americans as part of that. And they've taken scores of people hostage, including children. They're committed evils that and atrocities that make ISIS look somewhat more rational. You know, Americans are grieving with you. They really are. And Americans are worried. Americans are worried because we know this is not an easy field to navigate, what you have to do. But the fact is that Israel, as they respond to these attacks, it seems to me that have to continue to ensure that you have what you need.
Right. So we already understand all of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like they get on code, but the problem is, right, we don't understand that we all we got, right? And while our money is going to their status or whatever you want to call it to maintain their position, is being taken away from us to maintain our own position. You feel me? And so we already knew that, you know what I'm saying, like this was going to happen. And again, you know what I'm saying, like and you know, I guess I only really be seeing MG2 really talk about it, and he called it a long time ago when he was talking about, you know, like pretty soon, like he was saying there's going to be like wars, you know what I'm saying? The jobs is going to start cutting your hours and all of that stuff. Are you going to be prepared or not? You feel me? Because we is hungry, we is starving, we don't have money for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We need all the money we can get. Imagine black people tax dollars going back into the black community, like the same tax rate that you get taxed right now, but it just goes back into your community so that you can fund the things that you need within your community, instead of getting $105 billion in military funds for Israel and Ukraine. You feel me? But, you know, it's, of course, lesser of two evils out here.
Biden's national address tonight was designed to convince Congress the U.S. and the world will be safer if we help fund not just Israel, but Ukraine too. A prime minister and a president.
American leadership is what holds the world together.
Both rallying their troops. President Biden figuratively in a rare primetime address from the Oval Office Thursday night.
The risk of conflict and chaos could spread in other parts of the world.
The president defending his expected Friday request to Congress, an unprecedented estimated $105 billion in security funding for Israel and Ukraine. $60 billion is said to be slated for the fight against Russia.
History has taught us that when terrorists don't pay a price for their terror, when dictators don't pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos and death. And more
Well, what you say? When they don't pay a price, I don't know how many times I can have replayed it over these last couple days. I know y'all scared to say any damn thing about anything, so I'll just let them say it for you.
Don't pay a price for their aggression, for their terror. When dictators don't pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos and death and more destruction.
Meanwhile, in Gaza, the Israeli bombardment heard loud and clear.
All right, so y'all get the point. You know what I'm saying, right? So they out of, you know what I'm saying, your money, you see what is going on here. You know what I'm saying. Now, yeah, so look at what your money is finna go to, you know what I'm saying?
Do y'all remember when BLM burned down the entire country in the name of racial justice? Well, the organization has now come out in support of Hamas terrorists. I guess they meant it when they said all lives didn't matter, because some lives are clearly worth more than others. Do y'all remember?
All right, so, you know, that's what you funding. Weird looking, I don't know, bitches like this, you know what I'm saying? White bitch, you know. Now, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, our tax dollars and the stuff that's going on, now we know that we have to fund our own our own way out of it. You understand? So check. So you know, check it out. So of course, U.S. cuts aid by 500 million, or cut aids to Niger. You know what I'm saying? After, you know what I'm saying, the quote unquote coup, and you know, that's what they're supposed to do. Is just the problem is what we're supposed to do is to make sure that we not funding their stuff and then take our stuff to go fund our own stuff. You feel me? So, you know, check it out, right?
Has formally cut aid to Niger. It's about $500 million. So we can guess that that is going to be impacting Niger and Nigerians significantly, but we all knew it was coming. We were just waiting for them to actually tell us definitively that this is what's going to happen. So what they said was, until the Nigerian military junta, the leaders, leave power and usher in a democratically elected government, the money, the aid, which is the 500 million, will be suspended. So that is what the US government has declared. But the ironic thing is,
yeah, so, you know, we're definitely going to cut aid to the land of the hook-nosed people, right? If they don't get up out the land, right, that they're occupying, and also to the Arabs that don't get out the land that they're occupying too, right? And you know what, like I said, we'll get into it.
Is the US troops are still active.
What's going on, my brother Bobby? So yeah, I was just showing good old Joe Biden, right? So first, you know, he gives to like black people, he says like happy birthday, George Floyd, you feel me? But now they were trying to give $105 billion in military funds for Israel, Ukraine. Hold on, I ain't even played it.
Whatever we can.
Toys, toiletries, food, flash.
Exponential. We're doing whatever we can to help our brothers and sisters in Israel.
Back at home, toys, rabbis, along with
To give people hugs.
Okay, I did play
estimated
it.
$105 billion in security funding for Israel and Ukraine. $60 billion is said to be slated for the fight against Russia.
History has
And that's oh yeah, let them say it one more
told
time.
us that when terrorists don't pay a price for their terror, when dictators don't pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos and death and more destruction.
They cause more chaos, more death, more destruction. So then we look over here back at Niger. Of course, they like, oh yeah, we just ain't got that much money. We're gonna cut the aid until you get this dude, because you know we gotta have our people in there so we can extort the resources from, keep you you know, you Negroes, because to them, we all Negroes, right? I know we don't think that, but to them, like, we all Negroes. So they like, yeah, so we can keep getting the land from you Negroes, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Active in Niger. In fact, a US official said that the troops were no longer actively helping Nigerian forces, but would continue to monitor threats from jihadists. Hence, they are going to be active in Niger, the US troops. Even though US suspended aid to Niger, even though US said they do not accept this new military leaders and they support Mohamed Bazoum, who was overthrown.
We are incredibly dismayed by the reports that President Bazoum's unjust detention has gone an even step further, and now that the CNSP is threatening prosecution. This action is completely unwarranted and unjustified, and candidly, it will not contribute to a peaceful resolution of this crisis. It is a further affront, in our opinion, to democracy and justice and to the respect of the rule of law. And a threat like this underscores the urgency of respecting the constitutional order in Niger.
They still get to keep their base and still be able to run their operation in Niger. It doesn't sound fair to me. And I don't understand why the authorities have.
Yeah, fair. There's that word fair. Is like justice and hope and all those
They
other
were
words.
quick to turn away France, telling France that they don't want this exploitative relationship. And they were very clear that they don't want foreign troops in their land because of the insecurities. They have not seen them fixing it, so they no longer want them to be there and they want to deal with it their own way, which is fair enough, right?
Yeah, what up, Bakari? What up? So, yeah, so you see, of course, they go to like, and it would be understandable, but the problem is like I said, they take in our tax dollars to go and fund all of this stuff. You feel me? And so, of course, we all know that this is the importance of being down to take what is yours back. You know what I mean?
Let's take you to our correspondent Nkechi Ogbana, who is monitoring developments from neighboring Nigeria, and there is lots to discuss. But can we first look at this warning from Mr.
Yeah, and Anthony Bakari, any of y'all want to come on here and talk about it? I got other stuff that I want to show, so I don't want to be too long on it. But if any of y'all want to chop it up about any of this, just let me know. I'll put the link in there.
Mr. Blinken about Wagner being in Niger in the future, how destabilizing that could be. Nkechi, can you tell us what is the presence of Wagner at the moment in Niger, or are they only active in neighboring countries?
Well, Lucy, it's uncertain to confirm at this time if Wagner forces are in Niger. However, they have had huge presence in Mali and Burkina Faso, where the military leaders there have requested for their support ever since those two countries severed military operations with former colonial master France. However, we know that a few days ago, Niger's coup leaders reached out to Wagner for support, especially in military operations, as ECOWAS threatened to use a military intervention should the coup leaders remain defiant and cede to power.
Nkechi, what is the American influence in Niger in terms of the amount of aid they give and militarily as well? And what would happen, in fact, if they withdraw that?
Lucy, Sub-Saharan Africa has been a huge beneficiary of aid from the U.S., but in Niger alone, according to the USAID, Niger received about $240 million in 2021, and which was used in humanitarian and life-threatening aid in much needed in the region.
So like 40% of all the stuff that they got going on is from, is from outside forces. Let's just say, you feel me? And at the bottom line is, right, and there's nothing wrong with being your own group, your own tribe, your own whatever, you know what I'm saying? But until Black people, even if we fight each other, until we learn how to put business first to like help each other, like we're late all over the world, you know what I'm saying? Because every other group is smart enough to know not to do that, Okay, I got you, my brother. I got you. Let me put the link in here. All right, because and you know, it's just like I said, like this is where our tax dollars is going, because also, you know, we gotta vote blue. What they say down the ballot, I don't even know how the round go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have the commercials coming up. I don't know which rapper gonna do it this time, you know what I'm saying? But we understand where that money is going, you understand? But the problem is they using our money to do it too. Like, cause like I know I work and they like you go to the store, you pay for stuff. Like they just make you pay property taxes with stuff that you already bought, even though you can't use like literally like give you like anyway. Yo, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's up, Forecast? What's going on, brother?
Not much.
Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Yeah, man.
Everything going, bro.
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. How you?
Yeah, I'm straight, man. I've been up in the country this week.
Oh yeah.
Get some of that good fresh air, man. Yeah, just chilling, man. Having a good time, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, my brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead, man. Don't go ahead with your thing, man.
No, I'm saying you had any thoughts on like anything so far? I don't know when you came in.
Yeah, I mean, I started pretty much right a little bit after you had first started, man. When you was had Biden on there making his little speech, you know, to the Negroes. Yeah, it was just, you know, man. I mean, it's just you know, it's just white folks doing white folks stuff, man. You know, politics and stuff like that, man. You know, they know they can pull on our heartstrings, and you know we gonna, you know, eat that stuff up, man. You know, it's what they always do.
Yeah,
it's what they always do. You know, we go for it all the time. Well, everybody don't go for it, but I mean, I'm like this here Forecast. When you was talking about the tax dollars and everything. Okay, what you gonna do? Stop paying your taxes? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, to stop them from using your tax dollars to fund their wars and everything. I mean, the only option you have is, well, you know, you have to go for yourself, man. I mean, you know, you need some land in your own nation. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I mean, that's the only thing you could do. I mean, other than that, you're gonna be a part of their nation. If you're a part of their nation, you're gonna pay taxes. Right. You know what I'm saying? But then on the other hand, if you want your own nation, you know you're gonna have to fight for it.
Yeah.
Those unless you're gonna go somewhere else. But I mean, to me, I think, you know, we try to be part of the American thing, man, and you know, it ain't. I mean, that ain't gonna work for black people, man. It ain't gonna work for black because you're gonna be a permanent underclass. You know, you're gonna always be the victim of their bullshit. No, you got to have your own land. You got to have your own land. I mean, that's the only way we go. No, we gonna ever have real freedom. You got to have your own land. You know, you got to be willing to fight for it and die for it and kill for it. That's the way I look at it. Other than that, you might as well just shut the hell up and go on and pay them taxes. You know? I mean, what else you gonna do? As long as you're a part of that, you under their rules, under their laws, you gonna pay them damn taxes. Stop paying them and see what happens.
Yeah, see, right.
Yeah. Stop paying them and see what happens. Now, if you got your own land, you ain't got to pay taxes to another government. I mean, if look at all the time we took fighting for this and that and fight for all that, well, we should have been fighting for our damn freedom.
Damn. You would have thought we would have thought about that one, but I don't know.
We've been fighting for land and independence. I mean, hey, especially like this thing about, you know, that's what Malcolm X used to talk about, and what the Nation of Islam used to talk about. You know, about a land of our own. Now, this thing, if we'd have spent all this time, the last 50, 60 years, said, hey, look here, y'all can have that over there. Give us this. Let us have this right here. We could do our own thing. You ain't got no more problem with black people. You know what I'm saying? Get us about 4 or 5 of these states. Just 50 states. Give us about 4 or 5 of them. Let us do our own thing. I mean, you ain't got to worry about black people, about racism and this and that and that and that. You know what I'm saying? We'll have our own thing. And see, and that's what instead of fighting for inclusion and all that other mess, which you ain't gonna never get, we should have been fighting for the land. No, we effed up.
Yeah.
And now you run around there paying taxes, you run around there, the police killing you, and everything else they're doing to you, and ain't nothing. All you can do is go march and protest. You know what I'm saying? And what that get you? You ain't got your damn thing. No Biden go up there and say it's George Floyd. They pat y'all ass on, pat you on the head, and y'all go on about your business until the next George Floyd come, and you start marching again. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they sitting up there saying, "Well, you still paying them damn taxes," and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still, because that's all that matter to them.
That's all that matters. Yeah, go to work, Negro.
Yeah. As long as you do your part to contribute to the economy of America and keep America going and paying your taxes, you know what I'm saying, to help fund them wars. I mean, you know, serving in the army and being on the front line dying for us.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, we just don't get it, man. We just don't. If you ain't got your own land and your own nation, you just a slave, man. You're a slave to the economic system. I mean, I ain't saying a slave literally, but you a slave.
You a slave.
I mean that, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't even lighten it up for them.
Yeah, you on the plantation.
Yeah.
You on the plantation, man. I hold up right there. Go ahead on for it.
No, yeah, you're right. Like me and Bukar, you seen the 5 heartbeats. Like we don't pay our taxes. We're gonna be on the side of the road talking about I got nothing but love for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Yeah, but this is also the point though, right? Because like who else is going to fund us but us, right? You understand? Like, and then you start looking at, because since we so like on global issues, you know what I'm saying? We can look at global issues and everything that's going on, because you're talking about land. Well, you know, there's like, you know, a whole continent. Even if you want to take this land, you're still gonna have to work with other Black people no matter where you are. Like to like be able to like back each other up, you know what I'm saying? This is the one part we don't understand, and that's why other countries, like, you know, you like Europe, I mean, like European countries will put their stuff aside and make allyships, especially when it comes to like Negroes or non-white people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, if you're not Black, you white. So like they probably feel the same way the other way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they like, okay, we're going to fund you or give you aid or send you troops, right? Damn, Floyd Mayweather sending goddamn, I didn't mean to say that, but he's sending bulletproof vests over to Israel to them fools, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't sending it over to like, you know, because in some places, right, the power structure, you know what I'm saying, needs to be taken out of there if it's European controlled, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully, like, you can give them a retirement package and they go on vacation for the rest of their life. And that's even in America when it comes to like the older people who like the older, like when I say older, I mean mindset of the Democratic or like just to get this person up out of there kind of mindset, because you see what they're going to do. They're going to cut the aid to African countries, you know what I'm saying? While they asking for $1.105 billion, you know what I'm saying, to go to Israel and $60 billion to go to Ukraine. But until you get that Negro out of there who ain't talking about what we talking about, we cutting your supply, you know what I'm saying? But that's up to us to fund each other. But instead of like arguing with each other, you know what I'm saying? We could get on here and argue with each other, but like, we literally ain't got no hope, you know what I'm saying, until you do that, you know?
Hey man, something you was just saying, I tripped out, man. Hey, wasn't it amazing to see all them brothers, man, and sisters supporting Israel? I mean, they had that sister, the young lady, beautiful young lady, the boxer, Clarissa Shields. You know, she stand with Israel, and you know, I mean, a whole bunch of them, man. Even that old, what's his name? That I don't even like call his name. The one wear the dresses all the time, married to the white man, or had him on there standing in support. Billy Porter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was I was tripping. I was laughing my ass off, man. I was sitting up looking at the football game, man. I was looking at the football game on Sunday night, and they came into that and so support of the state of Israel, man. I ain't even look at the game no more, man. I just cut it off, man. I mean, you know, their whole propaganda thing is, I mean, they really working it, man. That Israel stuff. Don't get me wrong. Hey, look, I don't give a damn about no Palestine. You know what I'm saying? They can knock each other off for all I care, because I mean, there's black people live in Palestine and they get treated bad, bro.
Right.
And in Israel too. I mean, they over there trying to make black people in Israel get sterilized so they can't have no more children. I mean, both of them could go to hell to me.
The ones that they let in, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could both go to hell to me. Ooh, man, I got some videos, man. How them Jews treating them brothers and sisters over there, man, it's pitiful, man. What I'm saying, but you know, Israel, fuck Palestine. I don't give a damn about damn one of them pseudo honkies. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, like you said, they try to get us rallying behind that, you know, being good old Americans and our tax money going to that shit. And they putting these Negroes, celebrities up in front of us, you know, to recruit us. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it.
Yeah.
Put Floyd Mayweather and all these niggas. Go ahead, Forecast.
No, I was just saying, they like, y'all better not support us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's the fascination with? Because they keep bringing black people up in all of these situations. Like, black people need to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I listen to a bunch of like regular people just on like different like platforms and stuff, and you'd be surprised. I'm not surprised no more, because I know black people is like, oh yeah, I love everybody. I just like they understand what it is, but they still like, oh, I love everybody. I can relate. They oppressed like us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know what, Forecast? I'm sorry. No, you know what, Forecast? What that is like, I don't so much blame our people. We've been conditioned like that. It's for, you know, to think like that. We've been conditioned, you know, we just conditioned like that because of our history, man. And so, I mean, I don't blame common black people for that, but I blame them black leadership, those misleaders, you know, who try to push that shit on us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see them all up in Congress and everything, all that, got to support Israel and all this shit. But man, if you look at I've been watching, you know, I mean, I'm an older man, and I've been watching news, watching the politics and stuff for a long time. I mean, and you know, the state of Israel, you know, how they constantly, really what they're trying to do is ethnic cleanse against them Palestinian people.
Yeah.
They basically is ethnic cleanse. They basically want to wipe them out, but they can't do it because, you know, because America don't want to co-sign to that, you know, looking like, hey, we support this shit, even though they really do. Well, they're saying so they can't just go and just kill them all like they want to. But I mean, but they've been committing atrocities against them people for a long time. Yeah. I mean, you know, that ain't none of our business. None of our, you know, as far as black people, it ain't our business. We just stay out of it. But then again, we can't 100% stay out of it because, like I say, our tax money going to help that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, I mean, it's, you know, the only way you could do something about it, man, you got to be in a position where your tax money don't support that shit.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good. You good. My brother Bakari just came up on here. Bakari, you just finished singing "I Got Nothing But Love for You" on the side of the road somewhere, and now he on here.
I did. What's going on?
What's going
on? You know what? I don't get involved in the Israel-Palestine thing, but you know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you. It's good to see somebody got the nuts to fight back. Yeah. Then we have to think about. Look at all our black people over there in Palestine that's being bombed, that's being oppressed. You understand what I'm saying? Israel some nasty bastards. Look how they put that thing out talking about 5-6 years ago. It wasn't even that long. $30,000. It was $9,000 to catch an African. They don't want nobody over there. They created a state. They created a country because they had more bombs, right? And all that. So they can keep eyes on everything that's going on in that part of the world.
Yeah.
Then they taking our tax dollars. Now, I didn't see none of that stuff when you said about Clarissa Shields. I feel sorry for poor Clarissa Shields. They done made her, they done got her to get up there and say, I stand with Israel. But a lot of that, in all honesty, a lot of that is going to be religion. You understand? a lot of that is going to be religion. A whole lot of that is why they're going to be standing up talking about who they stand with. You feel me? You're going to find, like, I got some Muslim brothers, some good brothers, you know, they standing with Palestine, right? They say they've been to that part of the world when they was in the Navy, and they say, we don't understand how many black people's over there that we don't see because they are not on TV. They have made the representation of them be the Arab. So, you know, that a lot of that is going to be religion. And I try to not to get into it. And that's why I don't do religion. I tell people how I believe is how I believe, what I believe. But I try not to get into religion because one thing that religion is going to do to black people, it's going to divide black people. Yep. You're going to find the Christians, some of the Christians that believe everything in the book, and then the Jews, they're going to want the Jews to win. The Muslims, they were Palestine. But me,
like, that what Malcolm said?
Yeah. Same
thing. Said, you said put your religion in a closet.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing Marcus Garvey said. That's who Malcolm get it from, because you know his daddy was a Garvey guy. That's who he that's who he get it from. You know, leave your religion at the door. So, you know, we get, as Dr. John Henry Clark said, we get so dewy-eyed about the Jew. Then you got the Hebrew Israelite. You got the basketball Morris Stoudemire, who mad at black people. Who fuck black people because they ain't supporting Israel. But he was a Hebrew Israelite, went to Israel and switched from being a Hebrew Israelite with black folks and became an Hasidic Jew. So, man, you know, so my thing is, like, for me, I try not to get in that. If somebody asked me if I was support somebody in that situation, I would say I lean more toward Palestine, and I'm just being honest with you. Not that I'm getting on the front line for Palestine, but I would lead more. I would lead more toward Palestine because these white folks over there and over here, they working together and they are damn nasty. You don't think this country knew what the Jews was doing to African people over there? That stuff didn't make the news. I remember Dr. Ben was debating this damn Jew, this white Jew.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I told him, and he was like, look, he said, first of all, he was upset because, you know, Dr. Ben was Ethiopian. So he was upset about how America showed Ethiopia starving. Dr. Ben said, yeah, we had a problem, but that was only 500,000 people out of a country of about 25, 30 million. That was one area. And when they went to Israel, Israel said they opened the door, and Dr. Ben told him, you full of crap, because according to Jewish law, no Jews is supposed to do any like maid work or servant work or something like that, right? And the white guys are, well, you know, we accepted the Ethiopian Jews. Dr. Ben said that's a lie. And we wanted to get the Ethiopian Jews from over there, because if you accepted them, why did they have to do the servant work and the maid work? That's against Jewish law. What they say Jews are not supposed to have another Jew do is against the law for a Jew to hire another Jew to do that type of Jewish law. According to Dr. Ben, who was a Jew, he was I forget what kind, but you know, he was a Jew. Yeah, he was a Jew for real. And he was according to Jewish law, that was against the Jewish rule, where a Jew not supposed to hire a black woman to be the maid, or a black Jew, or any type of Jew to be the butler. So, but that don't make the news over here, and everybody don't get in an uproar. I've seen more shows about Palestine than I saw about, in all honesty, I'm gonna be honest with you, I saw one person do a show about catching African for $30,000, and that was me. You see more people doing shows about Palestine. But then part of that is our problem, because black people need to fight back all over the world. Stop taking this bullshit laying down.
Hey, brother, can I want to say, you know, Dr. Ma'at, Dr. Oya Mayat, she did a program today. She was talking about it.
She did talk about it.
Yeah, she talked about it on her program.
Yeah, hey, you good, Bakari? Cassandra came on. I want to let her get it in too, and then because there's other stuff too I want to show. But you good, Bakari?
Yeah, I step out forecast. Go ahead and have your business.
No, you good. You
Yeah,
good.
I'm good. I'm gonna be on here for another. I'm gonna be on here for another minute because I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna set up my because I'm gonna do my late night show around 11:30.
Oh, all right.
You say around 11:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So
Okay.
because this is
9:30 over here. You okay?
Yeah. But yeah. So Cassandra, you still there?
I am. Hello, everybody.
So good evening. How you doing?
This is it's just so disgusting at what I've been seeing. We are so worried about everybody else that we're not even staying focused because guess what? They're treating y'all asses the same way they treating the Palestine over there. Because guess who running America while y'all sitting up here tripping? The Jews, your media, the GMO, the school, your Senate, your Congress. They're all Jewish people. You guys didn't understand that? Y'all don't know that? They're doing you the same way. Your water's been poisoned, right? Your food's been poisoned. They genociding us the same way they genociding over there. So why are we so concerned about them when it's happening to you? We don't care about our own selves. We don't care about our children. We don't care about anything or anybody that looks like us. If they look like them white folk over there, then we all up in arms. I don't give a damn about none of them. They can blow they can blow the Palestinians up, they can blow Israel up, they can blow all them bastards up. Because I don't give a damn. Because what I'm seeing right here, right now in America, they building, do you guys know in Georgia right now, they're building a 4,000 bed prison. Do you guys know that? Who do you think that's for? Why you so worried about Israel? Y'all asses better be watching and keep your eyes open. A 4,000 bed prison in Georgia. And nobody's talking about that. Who you think they're gonna fill those beds up with? Let's really get into that. Who you think they're gonna fill the beds up? You bringing immigrants in here, right? You're not talking about that, but you talking about some damn Israel? Who cares? Y'all better be concerned with what's happening, getting ready to happen to y'all, because they getting ready to lock some niggas up. And yes, I said it. While we sitting up there worried about Israel, I guarantee you they not worried about your babies when your babies were getting their heads blown up and a police officer killing your babies, was they? Who was marching in? Did they say anything about your babies? Come on, you guys. But we so concerned about them. They don't even give a damn about black folk. They don't even like black folk. But we got our nerves to be concerned about them. And the lady said, hey, we give 90% of our monies away. Who you giving it to? You ain't giving it to black people. Tell me, you giving away to hospitals. Black folk don't own no hospitals. Black folk don't own no businesses. Not a whole lot. And I guarantee you they not giving any money to you. But we sitting up here worried about we worried about the Jew. We worried about Israel? Seriously? Who stole Palestinian land? All of that was Palestine's land. And they went in there and started treating those people like dogs. Then they rose up, which is what black folk need to learn how to do. They rose up. And now Israel trying to genocide those people. And like we don't understand, black folk act like we don't see what they're doing. They're doing the same thing here. They brought millions of immigrants in here, gave them work permits. I go to restaurants, I don't see not one black person there. And you're not worried about that? But you were, and you're not even thinking about the prisons over there that they're building? This is going global. And we don't see that? We don't understand that?
Amen.
And we got nerves to be worried about Israel when they getting ready to lock your black asses up. Don't play with me here. Don't play with me. Them immigrants gonna take them little $2 jobs you got, and you're behind going to those prisons. They think.
Big facts. Big facts.
Now, consider you because you called it, because that was one of the things I was about to talk about, and then also I got you, Bakari. Let me just say
history repeats itself. This is history repeating itself. It happened in the 70s. Bakari, they took the jobs, put drugs in your neighborhood, and what black folk went? They went to jail. Same thing getting ready to happen. History repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun. Go ahead, I rest my mic.
Yeah, and then I was also, let me say real quick, Bakari, and this is what I was saying, like with the A, because I don't really hear black people talking about like Niger and like, you know, or since people is worried about outside of America stuff, you know what I'm saying, like in different places, if you're gonna talk about it, like their aid is going to $100 billion going to 60 billion going to Ukraine, and the other however many billion is going to Israel, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they're cutting
Do we know who the Ukrainians are? Ukrainians are Jewish people. That's where the Jews came from. They're from Khazarian, from Ukraine.
Khazars,
Khazarians, they're from Ukraine, Poland, Turkey. Those are Khazarians. What the hell? Those are them fighting cousins. So you're getting ready to give cousins money. Ukraine and the Jew Israel. They're the same people. So they double dipping. But they ain't got no money for your black ass. And you finna go vote for them again.
Hey, forecast.
Yeah.
Forecast. You know what the sister was saying about that prison thing they finna build in Atlanta? Right before I left, that's when they started talking about it. I know Bakari heard of it too. When they saw what they called that police city thing.
4,000 beds. And who you think gonna get ready to
that was right before I left.
City.
Yeah, they started to talk about it like back in 2020.
They building that. They getting that thing built because they know they got to put black folks somewhere because they ain't gonna be affordable.
And that's when Keisha Lance Bottom was mayor of Atlanta. When they started talking about that,
and she allowed it.
Yep, because I just left in January.
But this is what we do to each other. The Black Caucus, remember back in the day, the Black Caucus did help Joe Biden with the crime bill. The pastors, your pastors, helped Joe Biden with the crime bill. So miss me with all of it. This is what we do. Black folk, you don't see white folk doing this. You don't see white folk talking about no prison, do you? For their babies. But black folk talk about prison for their babies. That's how brainwashed we are.
Yeah, let my bad, Bakari. Let Bakari get in there too. My bad, Bakari.
I was not a big fan of Keisha Lance Bottom, but she did not okay that prison thing that they were doing down there. She actually stepped down because it's not an Atlanta thing, it's state and federal, and she didn't have the power. She did not okay that. And I was not a big. She did some stuff that I didn't agree with in the city, but since I've been here, she was one of she didn't okay that the Cop City. That's a federal thing that they're doing, and they just chose Atlanta because she stepped down, if I remember correctly. She didn't.
But I had heard she did. I heard that she had. So I'm just saying. I had heard that she had.
No, but I know a lot of people said that, but they just be talking.
I heard the same thing.
They don't know it. I know a lot of people.
Where's your proof? I mean, I'm understanding. I hear what you're saying.
But what I'm telling you, but that's a federal. That's not a state. That's federal. She didn't have the power to stop that. That's what we don't. A mayor don't have the power. The guy that's really pushing it, that stand with it, is the mayor that's there now. He is more on the side of it than she was.
But the mayor that they got now, wasn't he in some kind of corruption before though? He was in corruption before, wasn't he?
I don't know about this.
Because he was the mayor before, maybe about 7 years ago, and got in some trouble.
Not this mayor they have now. No, not this mayor they have now in Atlanta. But he's doing more. He's doing more pushing it than she did.
But he needs to be dealt with. Then seriously.
But
this is when black folks don't. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm gonna show you something. Right when we talk about the prison thing, and I know a lot of people looking at that talking about they finna build mega prisons. You know why I haven't talked about that? Because I told folks and I showed folks that mega prison they talking about gonna be supposed to be some federal. And it's really not. It's supposed to be a police training site. Actually, what it is, and they gonna suppose it's a federal police training site that they're building here in Atlanta. But the prison thing, that's what it is. But it's more of the prison thing goes so deep. Now you can look this up. In the state of Mississippi, the prisons, the beds were empty. People wouldn't go into jail as much. So what they did was, in the privatized prisons, the people that own the prisons complained to Mississippi. So what Mississippi did was leased out beds from California. means they leased out beds and prisoners was doing state time in California, but they were in Mississippi prisons. And it was some brothers talking. They actually had a riot down there where the white people and the Mexicans ended up with weapons, and they had brothers running inside prisons, running inside of their cells, closing the door, locking them, because people were trying to kill them. That's like, if you look around to other states and what made me do it, you will see that's what they have been doing in a lot of these prisons, taking prisoners from one state, putting them in another state, and making sure Black folks is way outnumbered. And there's been riots. I know about the one in Mississippi because I looked up that more because I'm from, but I also saw a couple more states. I had to just go back through my stuff and find it. But that's one of the things that they have been doing. So Black people in California doing state time in California ended up in prison in the state of Mississippi. They caught a bus from California to Mississippi, and they were looking for other states that have beds so they can lease you out and carry you from state to state and do your prison time. And it's absolutely and it's crazy. And you know, they took, what was it, like 40 brothers and put in one cell, not in a cell, of course, but put in one area of the prison. They say it was like 300 Mexicans and about 100 white boys, and all of them had jobs where they could get weapons. All the Mexicans and the white boys had knives and forks and stuff out the kitchen. Black people didn't enable the mops, the broom handles, the jobs Black people had, there were no weapons. So they say when the riot started, they saw them attacking Black people, and it was just not enough. 40 Black people versus about 400-500 people. So they retreated to their cells and closed the doors. And they say that's what happening while the prison guards are sitting there, watching it. So, you know, but from my understanding of Cop City and my understanding with my son has gone down there with them to protest Cop City. And I told him I'm going with him the next time he go. He's been down there. Him and a group of young brothers have gone down there to protest Cop City. Cop City is more of a futuristic training site for cops. They might have a prison there, but I know what they're building is more of a futuristic training site. And they've had fights out there. People have really been protesting, and some of the protesters have really come up missing. Some of the protesters have come up dead down there. But they have been protesting Cop City. They've been setting stuff on fire at Cop City. So, you know, yeah. So it's yeah.
Okay, let me read something to you. Let me read something to you. You done? When you get done, I'm gonna read something to you, because it's more than Cop City. Okay, because they're building a $1.69 billion facility with 400 to 500 beds. Okay,
I heard about it.
To replace the current jails. Okay, that's Georgia. Then you got one in Nebraska. They building a new facility, a $350 million, 1,500 bed prison. That's Nebraska. Then you got Alabama, that's building a $1.8 billion, 4,000 bed prison. For what? What are they building it for? $1 billion, the most expensive prison that they can really incarcerate some folks. They're not building those prisons for white folk, honey. You better believe that. And I guarantee you they're not building them for the Mexicans or whoever, Venezuelans they got coming in here. Okay? Because y'all asses don't have no jobs right now. Black men don't have no jobs. They're not hiring Black folk. I go to restaurants now, I see white folk, I see Venezuelans, I see Mexicans, I see all of these folk that don't look like me. Where they working? Where y'all working at? Oh, they got plans for you. They're gonna do the same thing they did back in the day. And they locked your butts up. They locked you for whatever. It don't even matter. You breathe wrong, you walk wrong. Jim Crow, 2024. Trust and believe that one. These prisons should be built in 2026. And you sitting up there talking about I'm supposed to be worried about some damn Israelis. I don't give a damn. They can blow all of them up. And the Palestinians. Now the Black ones, you better if you got enough sense, you'll separate because you'll be good.
Get away from them.
Yeah, just go on, just leave, just go ahead.
I'm
Go
just
on.
saying. And then black folk in Israel ain't got no business being there. I'm
Yeah.
serious. That land is not for us right now. That's not even our land. So what are you talking about? That's what bothers me. You don't know your history. You don't understand history. You believe what these white folk tell you. You believe that land they went over there, half of it was Palestinian land. And you named it Israel. That's like Bakari coming to my house, taking over Cassie's house. You can't have my house. And that's why they fighting. Been fighting since they've been over there. But if you know your history, they said when the right people get in the right spot, it's gonna be peace on the earth. Okay? It's been fighting, they've been fighting, those are cousins fighting each other. Those are Ishmael babies fighting each other. But we don't even understand the history. But I'm gonna tell you what, black folk better worry about these jails getting ready. They better worry about these jails.
Yeah,
Ain't no way in the world I'd have a son and raise him in America right now. I'd get the hell out. I don't care if I got to go to a damn island somewhere. I would get out of America if you have boys, because that's who they're going to fill him up with.
Yeah.
But I rest my mind.
Yeah, all right. So because let me do this, right? Because I'm so I could get through the rest of it, right? But you get like my whole point with this, right? Of course, like black people, like we could, even if we travel or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's gonna help us but us, you know what I'm saying? And definitely we all we got. And I want to show you because Cassandra, you just mentioned it too, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, this is for you, for black people. This is Joe Biden was like, you know, happy birthday, George Floyd. He should have been here, should have been 50. You know what I'm saying? This is what we get. Wow, they trying to
hey, happy birthday. What the hell you giving him? You giving us some money for his birthday?
And I know, not even not even no money. We just gonna say happy birthday.
Give us a happy birthday. What the hell is that? What happened to the check? Write the check.
Yeah.
Hey, forecast. Remember what Biden, what he was talking about in that speech? Remember he was saying how talking about black and brown people and the justice system not showing up for them. Well, didn't he say he was gonna give all that money to the police?
Yeah. Yeah, they all do though. They all run the same thing, you know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
he did. $350,000 to the police. Sure did. And gave it to him too.
And this is the thing, right? Because you know, of course, you got like it's gonna be like you talking about immigrants, right? It's gonna be a lot of Ukrainians, probably some shysters coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They will start coming into your community.
Yeah.
And consider this is what you was talking about here. You know what I'm saying? With the whole thing with Chicago, right? Because I got a couple junk. I want to give you
the live desk.
Right?
We are learning much.
Have more people coming in than we actually have transitioning out of shelters.
Already this week, 41 buses have rolled into Chicago. That means there are now 11,000 migrants living in shelters. 4,000 are still sleeping on police station floors and staying at the airports. It's not shutting down.
We are in a lease. You know, that's the other thing.
This chart shows the number of migrant children now enrolled within the Chicago public schools. 30% of migrants here in Chicago are children.
Pre-K.
The migrant crisis is straining resources. The state is footing the bill. With that comes help moving in.
So we already know about the school system, right? There's a couple Jones, right? And they all short. I'm gonna skip through it, all right? Because I want to give you an update now, because y'all already know.
Delegation
so well, they're calling for more funding.
Destination for thousands of
I've been following that.
To meet the massive financial burden of caring for asylum seekers. Now, I caught up today.
Speaking of tax money, right?
Alderman William Hall, who's there on the ground. He tells me San Antonio has received tens of millions of dollars in disaster assistance.
Now, there's some cold, hungry black people out there right now. You know
and it's time for Chicago to do the same.
Okay, all right. So watch this. Oh yeah, by the way, I just saw this, right? So Chicago has requested for like 18,000 coats for immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So they're finna give them coats too, on top of everything. You know. Let me see.
One Warm Coat has distributed 8 million coats to people who need them. So the situation in Chicago obviously is an emergency now. How quickly
you know how many
must
black
these
people the coats in Chicago
coats
right?
be collected?
All right. I'm so I could get through it real quick. Now this is the update. Y'all know they filed a lawsuit, right? The people out there filed a lawsuit. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, they should have found one. Mm-hmm.
I guess what the results of that lawsuit was?
What? Oh God. What? Oh,
you know that.
Oh God, no. But guess what? if they take away the insurance bonds. I keep talking about this. I keep telling y'all about this insurance bond. They can remove that mayor because he cannot operate without insurance bonds. Just same way with police. See, black folk don't understand about this stuff. Y'all got to research stuff. Take away the insurance bond, he got to step down because he can't operate without one. But I rest my mic.
Yeah.
I want to do a follow-up video for the Chicago migrant. Stopped to it and said there's no emergency action needed to stop the possible Galewood shelter for housing Chicago illegal migrants. So now what the residents have to do, they have to wait for the city attorney to tell the judge, we plan on bringing the illegal migrants to Edmondson Park. Because right now, the city attorney is saying the city really has no plan in place and they don't know if they're going to place the illegal migrants at the park. So the judge is saying to the black
to a Cook County judge in that hearing, she denied there was a need for emergency action taken today because an attorney for the city says they have not yet decided whether the Amundsen Park Fieldhouse will become a migrant shelter or not. They say they are looking at another possible site as well. Now, if they do decide on Amundsen, the city says no migrants would be moved in for 7 days. Acknowledging today all park programming has been moved from this park to other park locations.
If we weren't out here every day fighting the fight for our park, they would be in there. So I don't understand the judge's decision, but I really can't speak on her decision. I think that's totally incorrect.
Now the question remains.
All right, so this sister kind of went in, you know what I'm saying? All right, so y'all want to say something about that?
Yeah, hey, 4K, look here. It's high-tech ethnic cleansing. That's what it is. Hey, look here. They started off. I remember at one time we used to go to LA, to Los Angeles all the time. I had family in Watts and in Compton. Okay, but gradually the black population started shrinking. You go to Detroit, the black population started shrinking. You go to Chicago, the black population started shrinking. You go to Washington, D.C. You remember they used to call Washington, D.C. Chocolate City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The black population started shrinking. Go to New York City and Harlem. Remember when Bill Clinton moved to Harlem? You remember that when he moved to Harlem?
Yeah. Bill
Okay.
Clinton black,
Hey, look here. I mean, they've been having this gentrification is really ethnic cleansing. That's what it is. They move the black people out. They bring in like the little.
Again, it's nothing but segregation. They never stopped being. They just renamed it. That's what they do. They rename stuff and call it they call it something different, but it's still the same thing. Segregation. And black folks are the only one that don't want to separate.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
And
like I said, they call it gentrification, but it's ethnic cleansing. That's all. I stopped. It's ethnic cleansing, though, man.
Yeah. Bakar, you want to say something?
No, he called it's ethnic cleansing, but they call it gentrification. Yeah, but you know, the thing is, like me, I know what they gonna do. What the hell are we gonna do?
Right.
Like, but the crazy thing to me, like he called it ethnic cleaning, gentrification. Go to a black community that being gentrified, and watch how people switch up because white people has moved around. See, people get mad because I say, "Oh, the people tell me, oh, you too old, you don't understand the youth." Then they get mad. Okay, I don't understand them, but it's obviously white people understand. Because when white people come around, the shit they used to do and would do to black people and would disrespect black people, they ain't gonna do nothing to them. Don't do nothing. Man, I'm telling you, I was scared in Vine. The only place I ever been that was black that I was scared was Vine City in Atlanta. And I was scared in broad open daylight. We rode down the street. It was about 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We rode down the street. We made a wrong turn. And I promise you, people just walked on like they had, I don't know if they had somebody watching for new cars or what. But they just walked out on their porch, they gun on their sides, just looking like they know I don't belong there. I didn't even stop at the four-way stop. I slowed down to make sure wasn't nothing coming and kept going.
Yeah.
I had to go make a delivery over there the other day. It's being gentrified. Them white folks walking around, no pressure, no nothing. Ain't nobody hanging out. You don't see the folks out there with them guns like you did before. When they come around, it's something completely different. It's our mindset. That's what I'm gonna talk about tonight. It's our mindset. Remember, I did the show say I'm sick of this shit. I'm steady cleaning up this trash over here behind folks, steady picking it up. Some white folks to move in a subdivision they just built, $500,000 houses. Lord knows they ain't worth it. But anyway, white folks get out there and go pick up trash. The same black people wouldn't move when they see me picking this trash up every other weekend. Now the white folks went out there and pick up trash. They got a line of black people behind them, helping them pick up trash.
Why we got to wait till they do it before we do it? Why we got to act like we got to let them help? They got to tell us what to do. We can't think for ourselves.
I don't know why they got to wait. Yeah, they got some cold ice. I don't know why they got to wait because I had been picking up the trash. I had been picking up trash, throwing away stuff I know wouldn't mind. Just put it anywhere. I done paid to throw some of it away because I live over here. It's our community, majority black, 85% black. Stop leaving your stuff just laying anywhere. My homeboy was laughing. He said, man, they must thought you was a bum. I like, man, them folks don't ain't no damn bum. These people over here know me. But they ain't come out there and move a muscle for me.
If you tell a brother it's raining outside, he'll go out there and see if it rains. You know what I'm saying? If you say it, if the white man said, Lord, y'all better get a raincoat.
Exactly. Let a white man tell them they come out with the raincoat, and then it ain't raining. It's him pissing on your head.
I just get Jane Elliott to make this.
Boy, can't get Jane Elliott to tell us about racism like we ain't know about it our whole life.
Because you want to say something about, because you brought up the migrant thing too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we sitting up here looking around crazy. They didn't get in work permits for no reason, y'all. I'm telling you, I had a girlfriend that worked with recruiting. They're not hiring black people. I'm like, where's black folk working at now? Where they working? And then what they making? You got black folk making 12 and 13, 14, $15 an hour. What the world are you gonna do today? Your rent is $2,000. We have to understand, we have to stay focused. We have to refocus this thing. And this conversation needs to be the top conversation. Immigrants, these prisons, because black folk don't understand. They looking, what did I just read? They looking for what? $600 million to build a prison? Are you serious? And we're not concerned about that? We got to be out of our dang old minds. We're not even concerned. We're so concerned about people that don't look like you that you're not even concerned about your own safety. You're not even concerned that these people finna lock you up for anything. We're gonna look at Jim Crow 2024. Yeah. And they're gonna lock you up for looking at these crackers. You already can't hit back. What about the little boy that got raped? Okay, what happened to them boys? Nothing. You had a 8th grader that got shot at. This was what, in 2020, in March last year? And the police shot at him. Him and his friend was walking down the street, right? The little girl they let go, but him, they put handcuffs on him. And he was so scared, he ran. And they shot at this baby. He was no danger, no nothing. The boy got his hands behind his back. He was scared to death. He ran. The police took out his so-called taser, but it was his gun. But he thought it was his taser, he said. But we all know why he said that. Because didn't the lady shoot a little boy and get 2 years? Oh, okay. But anyway, so he took out his so-called gun taser and he shot the baby. And the baby kept running. He didn't even know he got shot. Climbed the fence, jumped the fence, kept going. You think that officer got charges? Do you think he got arrested? Do you think anything happened to him? Hell to the no. His guardian came down because he had his phone, called the guardian, told him, hey, I've been shot and da-da-da. Guardian comes down, talk to the police like, oh, hey, what's going on? But if that had been somebody black, he'd have been ready to fight. But the man who you're supposed to be fighting, who you're supposed to be defending, you couldn't even defend your own whatever you call a foster child or whatever he called. But I'm telling you, Black folk, we better wake up. You better wake up. Now is the time for us to be building. Now is the time. Black Wall Street was not built on voting. Black Wall Street was built on them pooling their monies together. And I keep talking about this. We got to start building now because we're going to have to support each other. And it may not all be money. It might be you trading something. We may have to get back to trading, but we better get busy because these crackers right here ain't playing. They getting ready to lock as many as they can up. And they're going to make money off you just like they did, just like they're doing now. Because they're making contracts with these states. Why you think the state building this stuff? Because they got money coming out of these judges, the lawyers, the DAs, prosecutors. They got the hand in the pot. So then the state gets so much money. It used to be $100 per inmate. Was it going to be $150 now per inmate? They're going to have to cover this amazing jail some kind of way. So they go to contract with the state. We got to get busy. I rest my mic. Y'all better wake up.
Yeah. Hey, Forecast, you was doing that Forecast last, it was a few days ago? I think you had posted Dr. Amos Wilson post.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, because I was just listening to that lecture the other night, man. I think it was the crisis of Black leadership. Yeah. It might have been that. But with Dr. Amos, it was in 1993 or something. And Dr. Amos Wilson was saying, he said in 20 years, Hispanics, Mexicans, whatever, gonna be the largest minority.
You ain't lying. That's right.
He said, you're gonna find out about the people of color. That's what he said. You're gonna find out about people of color. Because he was talking about then about Black people, talking about us and people of color and all of those stuff there, how we caping with them. Mm-hmm. He said in 20 years. No friends. They ain't caping with you. Yeah, he said in 20 years, you're gonna find out about people of color. And then another thing that he said in that lecture, he said, what do they do with an ethnic, what do these white folks do? What do people do with an ethnic group that they no longer need? You know what I'm saying? Like us. At one time, we was the largest ethnic group, and we was doing all the dirty jobs and all that stuff. But they don't need you no more.
Exactly.
They got the Mexicans.
Oh,
they got the Arabs. They got all these other people.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do with the ethnic group, they don't need no more. Like I said, they built that prison industrial complex, replaced the military industrial complex. They locking your black ass up.
They gonna put you in jail. All the police don't kill.
And the ultimate thing, because we don't think it could happen, because America ain't like that. Man, the people will kill you, man. These people will kill you.
Yeah,
they tried 2 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, they will kill you. They will wipe your ass out.
Yeah. So y'all,
they can do it now subliminally with all of this old pushing the LGBT stuff and making that popular, and you know what I'm saying? This could have your preference and all this old shit, interracial, all that old bullshit. I mean, they've been trying to forever. AIDS, I'm saying they've been trying to do that.
Yo,
they've been trying to wipe your black ass out.
Yo, hey, look, so check this out, right?
Okay, my bad, man.
No, you good, my brother, because I'm show something that you were just mentioning, right? But I'm gonna hurry up so my brother Bukhari could get it in on his joint. I want to show you because what's next, right? Because some of the people are starting to go to St. Louis now as part of a new program, so they're about to ship them to.
Yeah, that's right. They're really
St.
targeting
Louis,
for this second migration,
so
people who had filed asylum of new arrivals.
I understand that they're probably
beyond taking in the sheer magnitude of Chicago's migrant crisis and
outlining. So, I wanted you to understand, y'all can look it up, right? So they're about to start shipping them down to St. Louis next, and also, while Biden talking about George Floyd's birthday, wasn't it a Palestinian that, shot him or called the police on him, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna skip this, right? Because I wanted to play this, right? This is a sister. I'll play it next time. A sister at an Asian beauty store, and they talk about her hair or whatever. But also, I'll play this next time. I want to show y'all something else before we get off of here. FDA considers a ban on formaldehyde and hair straightener, basically like banning the stuff that's supposed to make it poisonous for black women, but you know, we'll talk about that next time too. I have to play this for y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me, but I have to play this for y'all, okay? Because y'all was just talking, y'all brought up a little bit of this, you know.
So I felt, okay, I could make a video.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I chose her. She was going to call.
Okay, I could make a lot of videos. I just picked showing you guys.
My wife said she was going to call the police on me. My white wife said she was going to call the police on me.
She should call the police on you. She should, and I hope they lock you up for life too.
I pulled her hair. I've never laid a hand on her. Never laid a hand on any woman.
You won't lay your hand on her no more.
I just can't believe that my wife is serving me with a protection for what?
For protection from abuse. This is for you. This is your copy. Yep.
What does that mean?
What's that?
A protection
You touched
from
the white
abuse.
bitch, bro. What are you
There was
talking
something
about?
going on between you two
Yes.
that she didn't like, all right? So she filed a protection from abuse order against you.
But that's your wife.
Now listen to this fool here, right? Because you know, black people was blazing them up. You know what I'm saying? And so he had to make excuses.
But it's something that I have to do. I'm committed to justice in my situation. I'm showing this because I hope they
Now, oh yeah, I forgot because the black dudes who be in that whole MGTOW, they think that the white dudes like accept them. It don't work that way. When you mess with a white bitch, like it makes her dirty. It don't matter if you a dude. You know what I'm saying? No, men first. But
will help other people. I hope that it will encourage other people to fight for what they believe in. Children are involved, and children have been hurt. Fix is one liar to try to disrupt everybody telling the truth. And you're going to hear from other people in this situation.
the white bitch.
You're going to hear from other people. You're going to hear from my friends who came out and were doing their job. And I hate to say just doing their
All right,
job.
so he ain't get no love, right? So
Or if you are movement to place to stop this, this is criminal. I recently posted a video about how my white wife filed a false allegation against me in order to advance. A number of people had
wake up call.
whether or not she was white.
Oh, did, didn't he?
listen, right? Listen, yo.
Oh, my
The
white
responses that I've gotten sound like that's what you should have expected. That's what they do. You had no business there.
Exactly.
Are they the only ones who file false abuse charges against?
Now,
black
see,
men?
his thing is like, oh well, black women filed a charge.
What
too.
are we saying about them? If that is the case,
We saying white bitches?
what are we
is
saying
crazy,
about
my guy.
black men? If that's the case, what
We
are we
saying
saying
you
about
weak.
white parents who are raising white girls and white boys? What are
They
we
like,
saying? What are we saying when we say that's what you get? That's what
Oh,
you
you don't
should
know what we, you don't know what we mean?
from white women.
Keep messing
Man,
with him.
when I was a
He
kid,
gonna
man,
get one of them 4,000 beds.
when I was about 10 years old, and my mom and dad and them, they wasn't no Pan African or nothing. But one thing they told me, leave them white bitches alone. And I never mess with them. They said, leave them bitches alone. You know what I'm saying? And when I say bitch, I'm not talking about the only person when I say bitch, I'm talking about white women. But I'm like you, forget. That's what I call them.
Yeah, that's what they are.
That's what I call them. I mean, I ain't never in my life ever fooled around with. I mean, I got partners who I got a brother who did it too. And he got us caught up in some mess behind it. I say, I told you not mess with the white girl.
Look, yo, it's like because I don't know, man. Like we don't understand, man. Like it's like I don't know, I don't get it.
Because it don't matter how, you know, how, I mean, you know, how they say the white folks look at a white girl who mess with a brother like she trailer trash or whatever. But she's at the end of the day, she's still a white woman. She can pull that white card out on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's going to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she going. Yeah.
Yeah.
She still feels she better than your black ass.
Yo, Bakari, you got something to say? My thing froze up. What Lucar, are you there?
No, I'm just listening, man. I'm just
Yeah, I'm about
that dude had to call the police on his wife. Shit, I'm just
she called it on him.
And if he would have called him on her, they would have still locked his ass up.
Oh damn.
You know what? Like I said, man, the thing is what look, excuse me. We have like I said, man, I believe it's the mind. It's some stuff in our mind that has to be that we got to work on. Everything, don't care what it is you do, it start in your mind. Don't care how you see yourself, don't care how you feel, don't care what you're gonna do, plan to do. It starts in your mind. It starts in the mind. And in order to fix anything, the first thing you're gonna have to fix is the mind. That's my take. I'm for real. Don't care what it is. It starts with the mind. You can't. But everything black people has been through have never gotten any.
The post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Yeah.
Brother Bakari still there?
Yeah, you there, Bakari? I don't know. Something must have happened over there. I don't know.
Yeah, he must have got a connection or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Bakari, you there?
I'm here. Y'all here?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, you just stopped talking.
We didn't hear you for a minute.
No, I was talking. I was talking the whole time. Then
it was blank on this end. We ain't hear nothing though.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, but with everything we have been through, I haven't gotten any help. That's why I say sometimes, just in all honesty, because like I said, man, when I do my show, it's a whole lot that I'm gonna talk about. When I say to I can even talk about how I was and how I was mad with black people, but then I realized everybody come from different situations.
Yeah.
Why they don't know this, why they don't know that. But everybody have, like Anthony said, his folks told him, don't mess with no white woman. Mine did the same thing. But it's some folks who probably didn't tell their sons that or tell their daughters that.
Yeah, but
why?
We done seen like a lot of incidents with white bitches over the last years, bro.
I understand that we have seen incidents with white women, and I'm not saying go mess with no white woman, but I'm just saying maybe somebody didn't tell. But I'm just saying, man, it's some things that I'm going to explain it. I just leave it there. I will, because there's a lot of stuff that I've seen. There's a lot of stuff that I'll talk about, that I know people that I do talk about, that I know people disagree with. And like the things when I say, what's the purpose of calling out somebody? Oh yeah, because they do this. But what's the purpose? Because at the end of the day, we can call out and we can say whatever about this or about that. But at the end of the day, when we finish calling out, we're still in the same situation. So when I say it's the mind thing, it's like, what are we gonna do? That's the thing. What are we gonna do? What are we prepared to do? When Donald Trump go to jail, them crazy folks gonna go try to break Donald Trump out of jail. Trust me. Donald Trump go to prison, they gonna go to try to break Donald Trump out of prison. They get our political prisoners and they keep them, and we talk about how they do us and what they done to us. And so then I said, but what we gonna do? And I ain't saying say something on YouTube.
Yeah.
Are we trying to meet people? Are we getting together, planning? Are we doing that? When they rush their state, when they rush their Capitol building, they rush their Capitol building for a reason. When they rush their Capitol building, man, I'm telling you, like the immigrants and what they're doing, moving people from, man, I can go what Cassandra was talking about. You can go to a McDonald's up here in the black area, man. Everybody is like damn near, if you don't speak Spanish, you ain't just go up there. You ain't got to get nothing, just go up there. You don't speak Spanish? And it ain't no black Spanish. It ain't none of the black Latinos either. It ain't no black Latinos up in there.
You
It
got
ain't
to
them.
speak Spanish, honey, now.
But you know, my thing is, I honestly believe it's gonna get worse. And what I mean by worse is, I honestly believe if black people ain't suited and booted and ready to just really fight, it's gonna be a lot of black people wiped out. That's just what I believe. I could be wrong.
2/3.
It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of black people wiped out who ain't ready to fight. And
Hey,
I know
brother
too many black people. Yeah.
Bakari, do we really need them if they not ready to fight? Do we really need them? I'm just saying.
But, you know,
believe-
some of them might be, they might be good for something else. But
Well,
what I'm
what?
saying is, right, I'm gonna say,
You know, you
watch
ready
this,
to-
I'm finishing. I'm gonna say this, then I'm done. Watch this, right? That's why, like, I tell people when people say, oh man, you just take up for Christians. I say, no, that ain't it. But I know way more people that's Christian that gonna say Jesus, might even say I forgive, that's ready, suited and booted, got land, got loads of ammunition, and ready to do everything for black folk. I know way too many. So when they show the ones on, when we always show the ones that we laugh at, I tell people that ain't the representation of the ones that I know, the ones that I rock with. Because I know more Christians and Muslims that ready than people that's not Christians and Muslim. And that's just my honor. And that's why I just stay away from certain things. That's just me, because I do know these people personally.
Yeah, but that's the thing,
that's
though,
just me.
Bakari. But that's the thing, though, Bakari. If like you saying, like how it was told that if nobody's continually not telling them that, you know what I'm saying, like that's why you supposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, like teach your children personally. But a lot of people don't have knowledge, you know what I'm saying. So maybe they looking somewhere so that they can show examples, like, because I'm like, yo, like nobody ever told me not to mess with white girls, but now I know that white bitches exist, you know what I'm saying, and they can infiltrate anything in the world. And I just learned that just by being aware, you know what I'm saying? So like a lot of, like you said, like people may not have people telling them. That's why, like, you know what I'm saying, that there's a role for everything, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
Hey, forecast. Like I was just going to say to Brother Bakari, you know, when we first started talking, I said, man, unless you're willing to, to go for yourself, land, you know what I'm saying, and the hell with them, you might as well shut the hell up. That's what I'm saying. I say, you know, I mean, we got to have a land of our own. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't stay in their system and think everything gonna be okay. And think they're gonna change. You know, as long as you in their system, paying taxes and following all of those mess, you gonna go through the same shit. You know, and to have your own, you gonna have to fight. And you gonna have to kill, you're gonna have to die. I mean, that's what I was saying.
And you know you're gonna have to kill some of your own.
Exactly.
You know? Some of them coons.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Hey, look here. Hey, Denmark Visa and Gabriel Prosser know that real good. You know what I'm saying? They know that real good. Because they were about to do some serious damage, but guess what? Old Negro went back and told Massa.
He should have died. He should have died that day.
Yep.
He should
Well,
have
I'm
died.
saying, unless we really
If they could have handled him, nobody else would have opened their mouth. Not just him, but his whole family, because they gave birth to a coon.
Yeah. And we be like, oh man, we gonna get killed. Well, man, what if the people in Haiti would have said, man, we gonna get killed if we fight? They said, hell, freedom or death, we gonna fight. Hey, if you kill us, hell, we gonna be freed in.
That's
But yeah, but that's my thing. When people say that, I'm like, where have you been like 700? You ain't been getting killed already?
Exactly. That's the dumbest thing ever. They just repeating some white supremacy crap. Just regurgitating stupid stuff.
Yeah. All right. So we could get off of here for Bakari Live, right? I'm not going to talk about it, right? I just wanted to show you what I was going to show, right? So where everybody talk about other stuff, I wanted to bring this up, right? So the Sudan thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen that?
2023. Thank you for returning. It's happening in Sudan. It has been 6 months since war returned to Sudan, and United Nations officials have revealed this week that
Because that's a whole
humanitarian
conversation
crisis,
in itself.
including rapes and
Because
sexual assaults.
Wow.
Further complicating matters in the region is a recent outbreak of cholera, which is highly contagious. There have been 1,000 confirmed cases.
and guess who's like is why like from what I see, right? It looked like it's the Arabs out there like hunting them down too.
in Khartoum, they
There's
constantly
mixed
caught in
up out there with the
crossfire
Arabs
and
and stuff like that.
independent have not
So they
flocked.
share land with the Arabs out there. They share
Yeah.
land out there. But do you guys know what Clarion is? Do you guys know what that sickness is? It started with the Brits, with the Dutch, and what they was doing was dumping feces into their clean water, and they was drinking the water. That's where it starts.
Mm.
Them nasty devils. Every time, I'm telling you. But this is
Yep.
what happens when you invite them in. They don't come to share your land. They come to take over, and they come to genocide you. But those Arabs out there are fighting, you know, and taking more of their land also. So we're not talking about that. These are our own people.
Right.
But we're not talking about them, though, right? But we worried about Israel. See what I'm saying? That's why 2/3 are going to die.
Yeah. And
Free reign took massacre and
because I
entire
wanted to make
communities.
sure, right?
Our correspondent
It's
Bastien
the 30
Renaud was at the
Arabs.
border between Sudan and Chad, where 433,000 people have now flocked to find refuge.
Nearly 200,000 people live in these makeshift shelters behind me, among them 85% of women and children. They have escaped from the killings committed by the Rapid Support Forces and local Arab militias allied to them. They are targeting the Masalit community, an ethnic African tribe. They are committing ethnic cleansing in...
You say ethnic cleansing because y'all was just Brett talking about that earlier. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, 4Ks, I had something to tell you, man.
Yeah.
They can't come to America, though, huh? Because they get whipped and sent back. Okay. Yeah, they
Hey,
get the whips
4Ks,
out then.
Hey, 4Ks, you know, today I think was the celebration of Gaddafi getting killed. They was talking all about that today. And your homeboy, your brother from Richmond, brother Haki, he was talking about that mess, man.
Oh, the
About
brother who be
Gaddafi.
talking about history?
Huh?
The brother who be talking about history?
Yeah, Haki Shakur.
Yeah.
And I like the brother, man, but he was talking about Gaddafi. I'm like, man, please. I mean, if he look all of the shit Gaddafi did, man, like funding wars in Sierra Leone and Liberia, and all the brothers and sisters got killed over there. You know what I'm saying? But they were up there pushing this old Arab dude like he was a big hero and shit, man. You know, the same thing, like, you know how they doing the Palestinians to support Palestine and, you know, all this old bullshit, man. I had to laugh at it, man.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wasn't it a Palestinian dude that called the police on George Floyd? They talk about that.
Just like I said, I ain't got no dog in that fight. I don't Palestine, Israel, fuck both of them. You know, I mean, I think the Israelis, they fucking over them people, but you know, fuck both of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we up there capable for them, man. Like the sister said, we need to be worried about our goddamn self.
Yeah. And then you also mentioned Haiti, because y'all could talk about both of these so we could close out so Bakari could go live.
So turning back, we are going to Haiti. President Ruto, who spoke amidst concerns that the decision overlooks internal security challenges, gave an assurance that the move was informed by a balance of the country's security priorities and capabilities. Now, according to the head of state, Kenya is better placed to lead the multinational security support mission.
Have been displaced from their homes with tens of thousands
They
of
just trying to put a black face on some neo-colonialism. That's all it is.
violence.
Exactly. You mean to tell me Kenya gonna send their own over there to fight against their own brother? Now that president needs to be, I'm just gonna say, the jungle justice. He needs to be done.
Hey, and you know,
That's some white folk stuff right there. They gonna send those black folk to fight the black folk, and then they gonna say, "Well, our hands, it was the Kenyans," but they didn't already told you what to do when you get over there. I'm gonna tell you what. See, this is what's going on with black folk. It's always some white supremacy stuff behind everything we got to do. We can't think for ourselves. That Kenya president ain't gotten, but you have to understand who he is. He was chosen by America.
Yeah.
So he's under their rule. He got to do what they say do. He got no choice, else he gonna die. And he know that.
Yeah, they got a big ass British military base in Kenya too.
Exactly.
You know, the Kenyan army is instructed by British officers.
Let me play what he said, right?
Of the people of Haiti.
They got American air base over there too, bro. One of my homies, they got American air bases in Kenya too. One of my homies' sons.
Africa. They call it Africa.
They in Kenya, and I'm gonna tell you something. Not only that, my homeboy's son say what he was, right? It was mostly black. And his job, They couldn't even leave and go out in. They couldn't even go out and talk to none of the locals. They had to stay on base. And he said his job was mostly black. They had to stay on base.
Of course, because they want y'all to stay divided. That's what that's about. Then you won't mind killing your own brother. But if you go out and you come, and you get, have a relationship with your brother, then you're not gonna want to hurt them. That's what that is. Come on, you guys, come on. Don't we understand what's going on here? Haiti do you know how much oil is in Haiti? America want their hands on that oil. There is not one person in Haiti that's a Haitian that's ruling the country. All of these foreigners rule in Haiti. And a foreigner don't give a dang on about no Haitian. So why is there not a Haitian in charge of Haiti? Because America wants that oil. That's why they're trying to make Haiti look so bad. But it's not. They want the French and the US out of there. That's what's going on over there. It's nothing to do with no gangs and all this stuff. Because the guy over there, what's the guy name? Barbecue, hamburger, something, whatever his name is. He's the main one that they want dead. Because he's trying to get the US and the French out of there. That's all that is. And Kenya got their black behinds over there. You gonna fight against your brother? He needs to be dealt with. He needs to come up missing.
Listen, I hope that some of these places they just take the vacation and just leave and just go away.
Exactly.
But if they don't, then it is what it is.
They always try to portray Haiti, like I said, as being poor. They got these mountains in Haiti. These mountains, it's called area. I can't pronounce that word, but the mountains is made of a kind of a mineral.
Exactly. They want that land over there. That's what that is. So we genocide the Haitian people, we can get the land.
Hey, those mountains, do some research on it if you can, bro, because those mountains is valuable to, like, I think it's like the space program or something like that. It's a particular metal that those mountains made out of. And not only that the oil, like the sister said, and gold, man, they found a gold thing over there so rich.
But Haiti was one of the top richest countries until Clinton went over there and outsourced everything. Yeah. Haiti was sourcing everything in-house. And Clinton went over there and outsourced everything. That brought them down to where they are today. Because Haiti was one of the richest countries. Exactly. They stripped them good.
Yeah, they did a good. Yep. I mean, Haiti is one of the richest places in the Western Hemisphere, man, for resources and stuff.
Man,
and Niger.
What black nation isn't? Which black nation isn't? It's just unfortunate, Well, I don't know what. It's not unfortunate at this point. It's just like the cycle is just crazy as hell.
It's sad how Kenya is going in there mining white folk business. He needs his behind beat down. He needs to be He needs to be dealt with. And this
look how they tried to put Ruto. His name William Ruto. Look how they tried to do him. They had him up there talking about black people all over the world are welcome to come to Kenya. No passport stuff like that there. And then they turn around and say they're using him to send Kenyan troops over to police Haiti.
Exactly.
See, they got a black eye when they had the UN over there because them Brazilian soldiers and everybody else over there. They were spreading cholera among the people, raping women and children.
Exactly. And had all them babies. Remember how all them soldiers were supposed to pay up them women in Kenya for having them babies with them women over there? They never did pay them. They was leaving them baby, getting them girls pregnant for a jar of peanut butter. Just crazy stuff.
And they say them the Pakistani soldiers came over there, peacekeepers came over there, spreading cholera all over the place and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I read about it. It was pitiful,
but
man.
This is what you do. You keep them out of your country. Period. That's the only way you're gonna have peace. When they come, you shoot them, and then they'll stop coming. Don't be because there's one island in Africa that has not been colonized. They won't even let white folk come near them. You try to come, you die. And they've told them don't even mess with them people because they don't allow them. They've not been infiltrated, and they still doing stuff back in the day. But they don't.
North Central Island.
Huh?
The North Central Lees. Them on that island there. Every time the people go over there, they kill them when they try to come on shore.
Yeah, they don't. The only people
in the world. Island.
They kill them.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they're the only people in the world with some sense,
Yeah, exactly. And you would think other people would follow suit because every time they go over there. They somebody come up there because they don't be playing with
They had the Japanese American dude went over there to try to spread the gospel and all that stuff. They killed him and left him on the beach for about 2 weeks.
They died. They killed him. They couldn't even go rescue him. He was dead.
Yeah, they couldn't get him. They left him about 2 weeks. They wouldn't let nobody come get him.
Nope. So make sure he was dead.
Yo, let me play the president real quick. Or their president
Of Haiti.
President.
We cannot walk away from the men, the women, and the children in Haiti.
You ain't got nothing to
It
do
is
with
a
that.
call of duty. It is in solidarity with humanity. It is in solidarity with our own flesh and blood. Haiti is.
Listen, yo, humanity is a species, not a, you know what I'm saying? And it's not we all the same ones either, you know? And let me tell you this, right? And this is why I wanted to make the main point, right? Because when we look at, like, even though, you know what I'm saying, like, white groups, Europeans, they fight each other, but they know to put their tribal differences when it comes to you Negroes, right?
Exactly.
And as Black people, right, we'll
You don't
never
know
get
that.
ahead, you know, until like we helping each other, like, because like they have land, they have gold, they have resources. Everywhere I've been in the world, there's been a Black country, been nice as hell, but it's just poverty everywhere. And I never understood that, like, when I was younger, until I realized like what was going on. And the minute we realized like everything that we got, even our bodies, you know what I'm saying? Because they want your hairstyle, they talk like you, they put stuff in their lips and their butts, you know what I'm saying, to look like you, imitate everything you do. Like the hair that you grow out your head is illegal, but it's cool when they do it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole thing. But until Black people realize you can have your tribes, is okay, but until you realize, like, even when you fighting tribal differences, you will stop and make sure Europeans can't get on the train, you know what I'm saying, and they're gonna be the last ones to leave. We're gonna make the pregnant ones leave even the last more, you know what I'm saying? But and a weakness was like, oh yeah, well, they're killing children. And you heard them shysters on TV talking about, oh well, it's their women and children there, so what, we just gotta bomb them. They started it, you know what I'm saying, even though they know they started it. But,
exactly.
But we like scared to say anything. You like, oh, don't kill me because I can't say killed, you know what I'm saying? But until we back each other up, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna take your tax money, take it away from there. Matter of fact, they get the money from you. They're not in just like they do in Chicago, just like they do in whatever the other place, Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're going to give some billions of dollars to Ukraine and Russia because it's their own interest. That's what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the shysters, that's them. But our business is to make sure that each tribe is taken care of around the world. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so y'all got anything to say about that?
Yeah. I think we pretty much said
Yeah. Yeah, facts. Consider you want to say something before I fell off. You about to do his live.
I think you did good. I'm gonna have to go to bed. I got to get up in the morning, y'all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming on here. You know, at the end of the day, though, you know, we are all we got. And
that's right.
You know, they're going to, and the thing is, they take our stuff, and that's why it's like, yo, we should be pissed off. They taking our tax money. That should be enough to start a damn revolution.
Right there. And you know what? That right there, you're right. Why are we up in arms about that? Why are we not upset about that? You got Black folk living on the street, hungry, cold, because right now, New York, you giving them coats. I'd be standing in that damn line. Ain't nobody get no coat. I get one. I was born here. I'm serious. Even them schools, I'm coming up in them schools. You think I'm gonna sit up here and be cold while your ass has come from Venezuela and you warm? Oh, we coming up in here. I'm serious. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna sit up there and see you being warm. I'm from here and I'm cold. Oh no. If I can't come up in that building, you ain't going up in that building. And you already know what I'm planning on doing with that building. I'm just saying. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying. If I can't have it, ain't nobody having it.
Yo, but the thing, consider, like, when they was on TV, the none of those shysters was talking about killing children. They ain't even say I don't condone violence. They said they shouldn't have did it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they shouldn't have never did nothing to us. That's the point. You know?
That's what they do. But ain't no Black folk. We're not filing law. We should be filing so many lawsuits right now in Chicago and New York. We should have lawsuits going up the boo hole. I'm just saying. But we just sit up there and we just allow anything. And that's why, and that mayor did talk about moving them people up in that door because they shut everything down. They started cutting hours. They started telling the old people that can't come in here and play. You're taking the kids away. You're taking their playground away to give us some damn immigrants. Take that behind. You better build them a village or something and send them up there and up there to where the white folk is, and let's see how they act with them. Let's see how they like it. But they ain't gonna do that, are they? And that mayor, I'm telling you, we're gonna talk more about these bonds because I'm gonna tell you what, they need to recall that mayor now, right now. I'll rest my mic, but I'm going to bed. I appreciate your time. Thanks for the forecast for letting me on. Thank you.
No, yeah, he was on fire. I subscribe to consider. Consider we talk about generational wealth and that bonds. Like
4K. I just want. I'll give my little closing statement, man. I won't be long. I'm saying we as black people see. For some reason, I mean, like I said, it is, some people call it Stockholm syndrome. Some people, Dr. Joy DeGruy, she called it post-traumatic slave syndrome. Black people, African people, black people in America, we still think that we Americans.
Exactly.
We think we Americans, and we think, and thinking we American. Remember Malcolm said, who is this motherfucker to be equal to? Okay, you talking about this white man? I mean, all of them white folk. But I mean, this one right here, the one who we've been dealing with for the last 400-500 years. This is the most evil bastard that ever lived, man. All of them evil. This is the most evil bastard that ever lived. Now they'll sit up here and talk about weapons of mass destruction in the hands of these Arab terrorists and everybody else. But think about this: what country, the only country that ever really use weapons of mass destruction on somebody? You remember Dr. Khalid Muhammad was on O'Donoghue?
Yeah.
And he was talking about World War II. And he said when Truman gave the Japanese a period of time, he said and then he dropped the atomic bomb on men, women, and children in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
he didn't drop the bomb on the Japanese army nowhere, or the Japanese Navy, or the Air Force. He dropped it on a city. They dropped it on people, on civilians. So of course these motherfuckers don't have no problem, with their kinfolks, them Israeli crackers dropping bombs on the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And we, what the hell do you want to be like this motherfucker for? This motherfucker, he passed the devil, man. He worse than the devil. No, this is the most evil bastard that never lived. All of them evil. All of them, man. We just got to, why we still want to be a part of this shit? You know what I'm saying? What we want to be a part of this shit for? What you want to be a part of America for? When I see America, I see this new Europe. You know what I'm saying? This extension of Europe. You know what I'm saying? When they see your black ass, they see you as an African somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you as one of them. But we still want to be one of them and want to pledge allegiance to the flag and all this old bullshit and go and fight wars for these honkies and shit. Man, we need to stop this shit, man. We need to cut this bullshit out, man. We got to stop co-signing with the evil, man. I'd leave it at that, man. We just got to stop co-signing with it.
Yeah, all facts. And one thing that they have learned is to put aside their tribal differences when it comes to us. You know what I'm saying? They be like juggle bunnies, whatever they want to call it. They learn how to put aside their tribal difference. They're going to fight. They're going to kill each other. We know white on white crime is like something that's going to always happen. And that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? But I could have gave people a pass in the 1800s, right? But then once I seen after that, what they were doing to our babies, you should know that they don't give a damn about your babies, right? And the only way, like you was talking about, Khalid, he dropped it on men, women, children, and babies. And then he said he gave them a period of time, 24 hours. And that's what I say, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he was like, why the babies? Well, because the babies is going to grow up and be just like them, you know what I'm saying? And be in the same position, you know what I'm saying? And you know what Haiti did? One mistake that they made, they said, okay, well, we'll let white bitches come in. We'll let Germans come in. We'll let the non-slave. No, all of them are the same. You know what I'm saying? Shysters, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no difference.
French, you know what I'm saying? The
No
Italians,
difference.
the Irish, and I include the Arabs, the East Indians, all of them
Pseudo
mulattoes,
white
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, pseudo white people. That's a great word for them, pseudo white people. Well, yo, that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, right? Like I was like, with until we they're taking our money to fund the stuff that we work every day. We ain't getting no coats. We hungry as hell. We ain't got nothing. And that shit, like, we talking about voting and all of this other stuff. Like, we way beyond that point. You know what I'm saying? We talking about like what we need to understand what it is, you know what I'm saying? And everybody thinking that we should be a part of their stuff is just crazy, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you see they fund each other. They're going to back each other up. We tried to sign treaties with them in the 1600s, 1700s. None of it worked, all right? You know what I'm saying? They stabbed you in the back. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to go. They ended up taking your stuff anyway. So we know that we is only going to fund each other. That's the only way that is going to happen. Where you going to get uranium from? You know what I'm saying? And if you know what uranium is made for, and you could say power, but you know what I'm saying, it's also made for protection too. So yeah, and it is abundance where you come from. But thank you, my brother, for coming on here, my brother Anthony.
Oh man, I appreciate the opportunity to come on and kick it with y'all, man.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings to Cassandra too, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Cassandra. Y'all subscribe to Cassandra. She's right. I need to start talking more about generational wealth and then other things that we could do. Highly favored. Shouts out to Bakari. Y'all subscribe to Bakari. Yeah, he about to go live. So y'all tune in to Bakari. He probably live now.
Hey, 4K, I'm trying. When is okay? You know, I'm in Louisiana, man. So I know he in Georgia. So I'm trying to find exactly what time be going on, because I know I'm an hour. He an hour ahead.
Oh yeah, he probably going on right now.
Oh yeah, because okay, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, shouts out to Bakari, highly favorite. Raw in the building. Raw been here for the whole time, so shouts out to Raw.
Oh, peace and blessings to Queen Mother Raw, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Raw. She the realest. She already know the answer. If I ask her what's the answer right now, she'll put it in the chat. Yeah, Buwana was in here. Shouts out to Hardcore. I won't read y'all comments.
Yeah, peace and blessings to brother Brona Hagaziki.
Yeah. Erica came in here. Shouts out to Erica Howard, y'all. You know,
Sister Erica, peace, man.
Yeah, Koku is in here. Shouts out Koku.
Brother Koku.
Yeah, my brother Tracy. He been here for a long time. Shouts out to him.
Brother Tracy. Yeah.
I ain't know how the favorite was in here for so long, but yeah. So shouts out to all of y'all that came in here. And y'all go to Bakari channel. And you know what? Just because you said Amos Wilson, I'm gonna let him have the last words. It's only like 20 seconds or a minute or something.
Yeah, I love Dr. Wilson, man.
Yeah. All right, he get the last word.
Take care of Forecast.
All right. You too, my brother.
We look and we see the condition of African people today, of our minds. We are here to put you in your 10% place in the world, in the European school, to distort and to retard the potentialities of the African mind. And the education is designed to do that. And you say to yourself, well, okay, but I know some people who think technologically and this and that, and they got through, you know, because we can say a lot about that. But let us just note this. Sure, you know some people and all of this kind of stuff.
All right, well, I got the last one. I got the wrong part, so y'all forgive me there. He said some brilliant stuff, and y'all could just take it for that. So, all right, yeah, shouts out to all of you. Peace, y'all. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.